At no matter how heavy
Yan.
the loads that we feel sometimes in the
Parang heavy lang yung nararamdaman mo eh.
work that we do, hindi ako yan. Yung mga cabinet secretary, may mga sila, ako, wala ako nararamdaman na ganun. I don't know what they're talking about when they tell me about it.
Anong to mga alter ego mo yan, Mr. President? Kung nahihirapan yung mga sekretarya mo, ibig sabihin merong problema sa polisiya mo, hindi mo maintindihan. Kasi yung mga alter ego niya daw, yung mga sekretarya niya, merong nahihirapan, hindi niya daw alam kung anong pinagsasabi nila. Presidente ko kayo. Tapos yan, pagka mababanatan kayo, nagagalit kayo. Anak ng toka, nahihirapan ang mga sekretarya mo dahil merong problema sa mga desisyon na ginagawa mo. Ano lang ho yung mga yan eh. Sila lang ang taga-execute kung ano na pag-usapan pagka may cabinet meeting. Hindi gagalaw yung mga alter ego na yan kung walang basbas ng presidente. Sa ayaw sa gusto mo, kahit na silang shot caller dyan sa ahensya na yan, ipapaalam mo sa principal mo kung ano man yung kabalbalan na gagawin mo. Ngayon kung mahihirapan sila ngayong mga panahon na to at ikaw ay walang nararamdamang stress o agam-agam o kung ano pa mga bigat ng damdamin sa kabila ng napakarami ng problema ng ating bansa. Anak ng toka, baka totoo nga yung sinasabi ng ate mo. Baka addict ka nga. Pero bago yung mga kababayan, isang like at subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan at sa mga susuman sa ating community, yung join button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, ito ho ang annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony dyan sa Malacanang. Yan ho ang ating pag-uusapan. Marami hong nawindang sa ating mga kababayan. Kaugnay dyan sa testimonya, kaugnay dyan sa speech na yan, itong si Marcos Jr. Wala raw daw siyang, kahit na napakarami na nagkandamatayan dahil sa baha, napakaraming namamatay dahil sa gutom, napakaraming nasiraan ng mga ari-arian sa mga nakalipas na bagyo. Wala ho siyang bigat na nararamdaman dahil magpapasko, anak ng toka. Ano ba meron dyan sa Malacanang? Buffet? Pili ka lang kung anong gusto mong tirahin, naka-ready? Pambira, talagang wala kang mararamdaman. Manhid ka sa damdamin ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Kung sakali, totoo ang sinasabi ng kapatid mo. Eto mga kababayan, rekta ho tayo sa kabangagan nitong si Marcos Jr. Ibang klase ho ito mga kababayan. Gang! Sayaw sana sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino, sa bawat bahay ng pamilyang Pilipino, ganyang kagarbo ang gayak, ganyang kagarbo ang ayos. Di ba? Kaso hindi sa Malacanang lang yan. Pero ang totoo, sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino, malungkot ang Pasko ngayong mga panahon na to. Karamihan. Kasi napakahirap po ng buhay. Nung mga nakalipas na Pasko, nung panahon ni Tatay Digong, Nobyembre pa lang, ramdam na ho natin ang Pasko. Ika nga talagang yung simoy ng hangin, yung atmosphere, yung ambience, yung mga mall, yung mga bilihan, dagsa ang mga tao. Maraming pambili. Ngayon ho mga kababayan, anak ng tokwa, doon lang sa mga araw na hindi nakapasok ang mga kababayan natin dahil sa mga palsipikadong flood control, yung bagyo nandyan talaga yan. Pero kung ginawa ng mga flood control na yun ang kanilang trabaho, kinabukasan na makakapasok ang ating mga kababayan. Hindi namatay si Manong dahil sa leptospirosis. Di ba? Hindi nasira ang sasakyan na babad sa tubig baha dahil sa kapalpakan ng presidente na to. Sa bagay nga, kung bangag ka nga naman, wala kang mararamdaman. Ang tokwa. Aksyan tama.
And once again, welcome to our Christmas tree lighting program.
Yeah.
And what can I say? Of course, we have to thank the
Ito ho ang kaibahan ng merong binabasang Marcos Jr. at sa walang binabasang Marcos Jr. Ito ho ang kaibahan mga kababayan. Kasi pagka itong mama na to, walang binabasa, yun, napakalaking problema.
the prima donna of Philippine dance, Alice Reyes. Thank you very much for always. And the Alice Reyes dance. You always bring smiles to our faces. And the Manila Symphony, of course, playing as perfectly as ever. May contribution pa tayo sa ating Air Force na banda. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. What a joy it is to be reminded that we are now in the Christmas season. At no matter how heavy
Yan.
the loads that we feel sometimes in the
Parang heavy lang yung nararamdaman mo eh.
work that we do, hindi ako yan. Yung mga cabinet secretary, may mga sila ganyan. Ako, wala ako nararamdaman na ganun. I don't know what they're talking about when they tell me about it.
Takot ako, adik ang galawan adik sa kabangagan, adik sa pagiging walang pakialam. Marami ho kasi pwedeng kaadikan, adik sa laro, adik sa sugal. Ito naman ho, adik sa walang pakialam. Ewan niya daw ho sa mga kabinet kung nahihirapan sila, hindi daw niya alam kung anong hirap na dinadaanan nila. Ano to? Sila na presidente, ikaw anong ginagawa mo dyan? Kung mabigat ang nararamdaman, kung 10 ang bigat na nararamdaman ng iyong mga alter ego, kasi ikaw ang final shot caller, dapat sa'yo ang bigat ay 100. Dahil pagka pumalpak ang administrasyon, hindi mo pwedeng sisihin si Pangandaman, hindi mo pwedeng sisihin itong si Bunoan, hindi mo pwedeng sisihin itong si Ralph Recto. Kayo ho ang final shot caller. Ngayon kung sila bigat na dito sa mga nangyayari na to, at kayo tila bagang high na napakagaan ng pakiramdam nyo. Ano ang pwede ng garapata? Ibig sabihin magaan yung kakainin, kaysa sa larawin nyo sa pakiramdam niya, yung wala siyang nararamdaman. Magaan. Ano ba pagka magaan? Mataas. Kasi sabi nitong si Senator Amy Marcos, di umano, adik yung mama na yan eh.
But for all of us who, everyone.
Tawa na lang yung mga nakikinig. Sasabihin nito, bangag pa talaga to. Sasabihin mo na hindi mo alam kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila, bakit sila nahihirapan sa trabaho nila. Presidente ka, nagre-report yung mga yan. Lahat ng ginagawa nila sa bawat ahensya ng mga sekretary na yan, pinapaalam nila sa'yo. Nagkakaroon kayo ng regular cabinet meeting, alam mo yan. Kaya kung nabibigatan sila ng 10, dapat ikaw 100. Dahil pagka pumalpak sila, hindi siya kanila sisi. Ang sisi lagi sa presidente, tingnan nyo mga kababayan, tingnan nyo na lang itong si Bunuan. Pumalpak si Bunuan. kanino umakyat ang sisi? Pinipigilan ho nila ha. Pinipigilan ho nila na umakyat sa Malacanang ang sisi. Diyan sa mga palsipikadong flood control. Nagagawa ba nila ang pagpigil? Hindi ho nila napipigilan. Kasi sa ayaw, sa gusto mo, ikaw ang pumirma sa budget, ikaw ang nagbigay ng go signal, ikaw ang presidente, hindi pwede na kung sino-sino lang ang ating sisisihin dito. Ralph, ang bira.
Honest challenges that they have to go through. But every time we start to hear the Christmas carols on the radio, every time we start to see the decorations go up, and again, like I've always said, we are the only country that puts up Christmas decorations starting in September. And people cannot understand why that is. But that is because we are Pinoys, and Pinoys have Christmas is has a special meaning to Filipinos. And that's why we celebrate it really very, very, very seriously and really take the time out to once again be with family, once again be with loved ones.
Nakakalungkot.
And we're
Yung tipo meron ho tayong ganitong klaseng presidente, napakawalang empathy, no? Wala ho siyang empathy sa nararamdaman ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Wala ho siyang wala ho talagang pagmamahal itong mamahan na to sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Ang mahal lang ho siguro nito yung almusal niya na sinasabi nito si Senator Amy.
there's an added dimension to that, is that because we have millions of Filipinos who are working and living abroad. And Christmas is often the only time that they can come back and be with their families. Kaya naman, pagka dumating ng Disyembre, ayan na, lahat ng binyag na inantay nila ng 6 na buwan, lahat ng kasal, lahat ng reunion, sabay-sabay na yan pagdating ng Pasko. And that is why it means something special to us Filipinos. It always has, but it continues to mean even more. And what does it mean? It means that once again we examine our lives, I suppose, and look back and see what has happened. But at the same time, it is a time to maybe put down what we are carrying and spend more time, because especially those of us who are very busy, we sometimes neglect our family. We sometimes neglect those that we love. And this is the time for us to take that time. It's perfectly all right that, take a little time off and spend some good time with your friends, with your family. And that is why when we feel the spirit of Christmas in the air again, we immediately take flight and remember what is nice, what is good, what is happy, what is joyous in Christmas. And of course, that always includes family and of course the kids. Christmas is for children. But
Ano to? Dinadaan mo kami sa accent, Brad? Okay lang yan, sabihin mo yung tipong, yung mga ganyang klaseng statement kung ang ganda ng ekonomiya natin Yung tipong merong pang Noche Buena yung mga kababayan natin ngayong mga panahon na to. Karamihan nung ngayong mga panahon na to, napakasakit man nung isipin na, kasi siyempre, na ho natin yan, mga Pilipino. Totoo naman yung sinasabi ni Bangag na talagang, na natin yan, mga reunion, di ba? Nandiyan na ho yan Ika nga, automatic na yan, pagkapasko, automatic na yan. Kaso ngayon base sa mga yung pinakalitas na survey kaugnay sa mga nagugutom sa ating bansa, sa kawalan ng trabaho, di ba? Ekonomiya natin, presyo ng pangunahing bilihin, lahat ng sinasabi nitong si Bangag na to, ika nga baka sa Malacanang lang nila mararanasan. Yung simoy ng Pasko, yung paghahanda sa Pasko, di ba? Baka dyan lang. Kasi sa karamihan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino ngayong mga panahon na to, hindi na ho kagaya ng mga panahon ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Sobrang napakahirap po na sitwasyon. Siguro yung iba ho sa inyo dyan, yung mga ibang nanonood sa atin, maganda ho buhay nyo. Marami akong kakilala, mga kaibigan, mga kakilala na nanonood sa atin. Magaganda buhay nyo, mayayaman kayo Ang nantoka, pinapanood nyo pa tong video na to sa 64 inches na TV. Mayayaman mo yung mga yan Yung iba, mga retiradong mga OFW. Shoutout sa mga kaibigan ko dyan sa Sambales ata yun. Bataan yun. Shoutout. Mga taga Bataan dyan, Marami tayong kaibigan dyan. Yung mga yan, mayayaman yan. Pero marami din sa ating mga kababayan na ngayong mga panahon na to, hirap na hirap sa buhay. Sa totoo lang. Kaya itong mga statement na to ni Marcos Jr., nakakanginig ng laman.
Children of all ages though, because whatever age you are, you can still enjoy Christmas as well as any child. And that is what we should be doing so that we come back refreshed. We come back with new ideas. We come back with new blood. We come back with something that will contribute to what we are doing. And that will come from just spending good time with our loved ones.
Paano ka nga mag-spend ng good time? Ano to ka? Given na yun. Pagka magkakasama pamilya, masaya. Totoo ho yan. Given na yun Paano kayo mag-good time? Ano to ka? Magkakaharap kayo, walang laman ng lamesa. Kumakalamang yung mga sikmura. Dahil sa pagiging inutil ng pamahalaan na to. Yun ang realidad. Napakaraming nang nagugutom. Napakaraming nang mga namamatay sa gutom. Di ba? Yun ang realidad. Hindi ito paninira. Yun totoo. At ang ating ekonomiya ay sad-sad. Di ba? Pagka pangit ang ekonomiya, kakayahan ng pagbili ng mga tao, mga Pilipino, ng mga pangunahing bilihin, humihina ho kasi napakapangit ng ekonomiya. Siguro yung merong pamilyang mga OFW, yan, medyo okay yan. Kaso ang problema naman meron ka nga pinapadalang dolyar, yung kita mo naman. Di ba? Yung kita mo na dapat sana ay makabili ng 10 kilong spaghetti dahil nga naman na kahit mataas yung palitan ng piso laban sa dolyar, eh napakamal naman bilihin. Yung dating makakabili ng 10, eh ngayon 8 na lang, 5. Walang win-win dito eh. Kahit na OFW ka, tatamaan ka dahil falsifikado pamahalaan. Kahit na nasa Pilipinas ka, lalo kang tatamaan kasi wala kang dumarating na dolyar.
And to remember that this is the celebration of the birth of Jesus. And to once again dedicate ourselves and our lives to that service.
Naku, ingat-ingat ka bro ha. Ayaw ng Panginoong Diyos sa mga yung mga gumagamit ng droga. Dapat alam mo sabihin niya, dapat pinapangatawanan mo yan. Kasi base doon sa sinabi nitong si Senator Amy, di umano, almusal mo, marijuana. Tapos pag nagpa-party kayo, ang binabanatan nyo naman, di umano, sabi ni Senator Amy, cocaine. Hinay-hinay tayo sa paggamit. Kaya hindi tayo masyadong nagagamit dito kasi minsan medyo napapasobra yung mga birada natin eh. Alam naman ho natin eh. Pag yung emosyon talagang nandyan na, tsaka bakbakan na ho talaga, hindi maiiwasan, maglabas ka na sa halubin mo. Pero ikaw, gumagamit ka ng droga, gumagamit ka daw di umano ng droga base sa iyong kapatid, tapos ganyan yung mga lumalabas sa bunganga mo. Matakot ka naman, hoy! Kilabutan ka naman!
Happy Christmas everybody and Happy New Year.
That's it! Finish na! Sino tong mga bisita na to?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ito na ho, kryptonite ng administrasyon. Ang abogado nitong si Zaldico, pakinggan natin ang kanyang mga punto de vista dito sa interview niya. Okay?
Attorney, I think we're getting a bit of an echo here, but I hope you can hear us very well. Charges have been filed, and there's a possibility, very, very big possibility of a warrant of arrest and possibly a petition for extradition. If it comes to that is your client going to come home? Mahirap din po kasi yung hindi umuwi.
We'll fight it first. Labanan muna namin. Available, the remedies available under the law. So, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Mm. But is he going to? Kasi when you say we're going to fight it, of course we do understand that is his right. But are you prepared for an extended legal battle? And sometimes these things really last a long time if it goes all the way up to Supreme Court.
Sure. Ready. That's one of the facets of the problem. Kasi kung magiging extended yan, and as you know, they filed one non-bailable case, no. And while we're hearing a petition for bail, which we will surely file, no. In the meantime, naka-detain siya. So that's one of the objections why we have to fight it. Because ang feeling talaga namin, ako personally, is talagang walang kaso.
Okay, but nevertheless, Attorney Ruino, before kasi when you would give interviews, wala pang mga kaso, but ngayon iba na ang kaso. No? Meron ng kaso, and they're talking about the cancellation of the passport.
Sure.
Is there any way for your camp to fight that, or are you resigned that this is going to happen?
We're definitely fighting that, Sean. So of course, we expect the best and prepare for the worst. That's all I can say at this time.
So if they do cancel his passport, is your client prepared to just come back? Kasi kung hindi, iikot to dun sa whole Interpol route, and so on and so forth.
We'll wait for things to unfold,
Okay.
Sean.
Well, as Sean mentioned, Attorney, there are now cases, and you have the ombudsman focusing on malversation and graft instead of plunder. Sinabi ni ombudsman, that would be easier for them to prove because plunder has a lot of jurisprudence. As early as now, Attorney, are you already preparing your defense? What remedies are you looking at right now?
Oh, absolutely. I can't tell you about what we're going to do because I don't want to telegraph my conscience, but we have solid moves to resist this malversation. I can't tell you anymore. I can't discuss the case in that because I'd be content that be penalized by the court for discussing a case that's pending.
Yes, sir. Well, we do understand, sir. You do not want to telegraph your moves, but we're also wondering if you're willing or open to telling us where your client is at this point in time.
I still don't know. That's the honest truth. I still don't know. I haven't asked him. I still don't know. I couldn't answer you.
Pero nakapag-usap naman po kayo over the phone.
Yeah. I talk to him regularly naman.
Okay, can we ask when the last time was?
Yes, sir. And has he been apprised of the charges that were filed?
Yes. Alam niya. The last time, I didn't speak with him, but nag-text kami last night.
Was it about the cases, Attorney?
Yes, of course. Of course. And some other things.
And when it comes to this malversation case, Attorney, does your client still maintain that he didn't benefit from any of the kickbacks, from insertions, SOPs, and that he was merely a conduit? Because in an interview with DJ Chacha and Ted Filon, you did mention that the only fault you see in your client, if any, is that he lacked the will to resist yung umakaputo sa kanya.
That's correct.
Can you,
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit, no? Yung final nila, I haven't seen it, but from what I gather, yung final nila is he benefited from yung contract ng Southwest. I'm going to say again that he's not part of Southwest, and under the law, you cannot be.
Sir, hinay-hinay ho kayo. Ang kliyente nyo ho, hindi absuelto dito. Nakukuha na ni Zaldico ang simpatya ng taong bayan kasi ilinabas niya kung sino talaga yung mga mastermind. At kami naman dito, naniniwala kami na hindi siya ang mastermind. Pero para sabihin na itong mga reklamo na to na konektado sa SunWest na ngayon na kinukonekta kay Zaldico, malabo yan dahil hindi na nga siya kasali dyan sa SunWest. Hindi ho totoo yun. Yung Daybest. Kumita ang kliyente mo, anak ng tokwa, walang real estate business, walang boxing career. Mayaman pa dito kay Cynthia Villar, dito kay Manny Pacquiao. Parang malabo naman ata yun. Yung tipong pinag-uusapan natin itong mga mayayaman na to, nandiyan si mga Villar, nandiyan si Manny Pacquiao, nandiyan itong si ganito, si ganyan. Out of nowhere, biglang merong lalabas na Zaldico, mayaman pa sa kanila. Hindi man namin malaman kung ano mga business niya. Kasi pagka ayaw sa gusto nyo, pag naging bilyonaryo kayo sa Pilipinas, malalaman yan. Totoo lang ha. Malalaman at malalaman yan. Tapos ang business mo pa naging bilyonaryo ka, pumasok ka sa politika, out of nowhere, kung party list representative ka, magkakalitaw-litaw, mayaman ka pa kay Cynthia Villar at Manny Pacquiao. Okay na sir ha, attorney. Yang ginagawang pag-expose ni Saldico sa mga kabuktutan na nangyari sa budget, pinapalakpakan ho namin siya dyan. Pero wag niyang palabas na ika nga, wala siyang pananagutan. Inosente siya. Hindi siya kumita sa skema na to. Kaya lang naman ho nila pinagpatuloy. Matagal lang nangyayari. Baka panahon pa lang ni Tati Digong. Tayo naniniwala, kumikita na yung si Saldico. Diba? Laptop scam. Di ba? Yung, di umano sa Parmali, kasama din yan. Di ba? Matagal lang kumikita yan. Talagang, yan talaga, alam na niya kung paano paikot-ikutan itong sistema na to. Di ba? Ngayon, biglang mangyayari, sasabihin nila na wala yan, hindi yung kumbaga yan na inuuntusan lang siya. Wala siyang lakas ng loob para tumanggi. Diba? Hindi ganun.
Criminally liable for being a member or director of a corporation unless you acted directly, unless you did something in pursuance of a crime. He hasn't done anything. They indicted him simply because he was once a stockholder, and therefore, ang reasoning nila is he was once a stockholder and therefore he's still a beneficiary.
Sir, follow ko rin yung question ni Pawi. We did watch, of course, yung the video statements given by or released by Zaldico, and yun nga, he did come clean in a way, but there are those who are also saying that he's coming in too clean. Parang lahat may kasalanan ng pera ko. Of course, you have the presumption of innocence there. But on the other hand, there are also people who are familiar with the mechanisms in Congress who are saying na that's not highly likely to be the case, especially if you're talking about big amounts of money being moved around by people. Halos imposible daw po na hindi, walang pakinabang is the word for it.
Naintindihan ko yan. But I don't live in that world of possibilities and suppositions. I live in the world where it's governed by the rules of evidence. So again, the people are getting tired of hearing me say this, but if you have an accusation, you have to be able to prove it with competent evidence. Hindi pwedeng imposible naman na wala siyang kinita dahil chairman siya ng provisions. I don't think and I won't engage an issue in that realm.
Yes,
so kung meron accusation na kumita siya dito sa specific transaction, well then fine, we will discuss it. Show me your evidence and I will defend.
In that same
Hindi
vein,
pwede.
go ahead.
But,
In that same vein, do you think Zaldico has in his possession enough evidence against these people that he is accusing? Like, were you guys able to talk about it or text about it in one of your conversations?
more than that, I've seen the evidence shown. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. He has enough.
How many people? A lot? And is it solid in your opinion as a lawyer?
Nako,
Yes,
marami daw.
absolutely. I've seen a lot. I don't know if he showed me everything. And besides the people he has already named in the 3 videos that he has released, I'm thinking there are a couple more. But I've said this also. I let my witnesses tell their story. I don't want to preempt him. Certainly, let's let him tell his story. Anyway, sinabi niya naman that there's another video forthcoming. Diba? Sabi niya, marami pa akong sasabihin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, one more, sir. I'm sure you've already heard of the statements given by Yusek Bernardo, former Yusek Bernardo to Ping Lacson, where, among other things, they seem to confirm or affirm what Zaldico said na merong insertions at merong nagpalitan ng pera.
Yes.
But the apparent conflict there, as far as the narratives are concerned, is as far as Ping and Bernardo are concerned, or apparently concerned, hanggang doon lamang sa level ni Olivar at sa level ni Bersamin, well, the younger Bersamin.
Okay.
At hindi daw, at least according to Ping Lacson, hindi daw umaabot sa Pangulo. Your response to that, sir?
I think na-confuse sila because I reviewed when that broke out a few days ago, nung sinabi ni Senator Lacson. So na-confuse sila because what Zaldi said was that after the 2025 budget was approved, tinawagan niya yung mga DPWH people, tinanong niya, ano ba yung normal na dito na SOP? And he was told 25%. So kung 100 billion yung
It's 25 billion.
insertion, he assumed na 25 billion yung napunta na SOP. He never said na dineliver niya yung 25 billion. Ang sinabi niya dineliver yung other yung proceeds from other projects na yun na nga, na-print out nga na yung mga photos ng deliveries meron pa nga as early as 2024. Yun, not pertaining to the 100 billion.
But aside from the
Now,
photos, attorney, does your client hold other evidence to prove itong na nakinabangan si President Bongbong Marcos? I know he already provided a list of the projects, but are there ledgers, receipts, conversations to prove that?
Yes, there are. There are
Nako.
receipts at the minimum.
May
So,
resibo.
you mean-
Nako. Sa tingin ko, ito na yung last Merry Christmas ni Marcos Jr. pagka hindi niya ika nga talagang na-resolve itong issue na ito. Matindi-tindi o ito mga kababayan. Meron daw mga resibo. Pagka nang galing kay Saldico, maniniwala ako. Bakit ka mo? Dati siyang appropriation chairperson. At kahit tayo mga kababayan, bilyon yung ating dinideliver, daang milyon yung ating idinideliver. Ano naman to ko? Bigyan nyo naman ako ng pirmahan nyo naman tong dokumento na to na kung saan tinanggap nyo. Walang pangalan pero acknowledgement lang na kinuha nyo sa akin yan. Hindi naman pwedeng pagka sinabi nyo hindi nyo kinuha sa akin, ako mayayari dyan. Hindi ito 100,000. Hindi ito 1 milyon. 1 milyon ho pinag-uusapan dito. Kaya kung sinabi ni Saldico na meron siyang ledger, meron siyang listahan, meron siyang resibo, naniniwala ho tayo dyan. Mabigat-bigat ang mga hawak nitong si Saldico. Saldico, bago ka umuwi, kung sakaling uuwi ka man, bago pa nila i-cancel ang pasaporte mo, ilabas mo na nalalaman mo. Ang gawin mo dyan sa Facebook page mo, advice ko sa'yo, i-time mo na lang, uploaded na pero naka-time lang yung paglabas, naka-premiere lang. naka-ano lang siya, naka-time lang ba? Kunyari, hindi siya ma-upload ngayon. Ma-upload yan sa itong video na to, ngayon siya na-upload. November 24, let's say November 24, November 23. Yung sa video naka-upload na yan, mapapublish yung video na yan sa December 1. Ngayon, kahit na nakakulong ka na, yung social media mo, i-ano mo na, basagin mo na yung cellphone mo, itapon mo na yung cellphone mo, basta wala ka ng access sa ano na yan. Sa ika nga, stray bullet na yung Facebook page mo na yan. Kung saan na lang mapunta, doon na lang yan. Lahat ng naka-upload yan, kahit ano pang gawin nila sa'yo, ika nga nakalinya na yan, hanggang next year, sunod-sunod yan. Para bang teleserye. At walang makakapagburan yan, ikaw yung original uploader niyan Di ba? At saka meron kang blue verification badge, di ba?
Congressman Zaldico was keeping track of all these transactions while they were happening.
It appears to me because my receipts check. I've seen the receipts. I just don't want to preempt him. So let's wait for him to disclose that when he deems it proper.
Sir, ano po sir, ibig sabihin ng receipts?
Vouchers,
Hindi ko BIR receipts, pero
Screenshot.
Delivered 1 peso. Delivered 1 peso to Louie Rondain. Signed by Louie Rondain.
May mga acknowledge po, di ba? Usual yun sa mga voucher, even if they're informal, di ba? Received by ganito. Kahit yung houseboy yung nag-receive or household staff. May mga
Yes, hindi ko na alam yung mga technical terms accounting, but yes, that's what you call the vouchers.
And when it comes to yung mga tinatawag nating receipts, no, in the modern age, screenshots, etc., meron din of that kind.
Ang nakita ko, photo ng actual receipt. So I assume that he has the actual paper na resibo.
And in these receipts, attorney, who acknowledged them or who received them?
Let's wait for him to disclose that. Basta planning evidence.
There's also been criticism against his videos of no probative value. I'm sure you've heard all of it and you know better, Attorney Ruino. But what do you think? Do you think that they have no probative value? Kasi napakita lang siya ng mga litrato, he said what he wanted. And would you know if dahil ba na-inchame yung kanyang appearance doon sa Blue Ribbon Committee hearing last Friday, which is why he released the videos, according to some people?
No. Walang connection yung release niya sa inability niya to attend the Blue Ribbon Committee. Na-embarrass nga ako ng konti, I said this in another show. Na-embarrass ako ng konti because I wrote the Blue Ribbon Committee on Thursday morning. I told them that, sir, he can't attend because he's still overseas for his medicals. And then all of a sudden, lumabas to. So, they might think na bad faith ako na tiniming ko, no, but hindi, walang connection. I was just as surprised as everyone else when that came out. I had no prior knowledge. Now, sorry, I forgot the second part of the question. Sure.
That's okay, sir.
I normally write compound questions.
Sige, I'll do that. I'll rephrase the
I
second.
remember it now. I remember it now. So, does it have any value? In a court of law, no. Because hindi under oath, walang opportunity to cross-examine. But it does have value in the sense na as far as he's concerned, relieve ng konti siya because nasabi na niya yung gusto niya sabihin, at least part of it. Remember, from the first video, sabi niya, marami pa akong sasabihin, hindi ko na masabi lahat ngayon, and sana hindi nila ako mapatay bago makompleto. So to that extent, may value, no? Meron siyang catharsis.
And these videos, Attorney Rui, they are not coursed through you, meaning hindi po ikaw yung sinasabihan niya na, attorney, paki-upload na ito. It's all him, wherever he is, he's doing it on his own.
Yeah, I don't know how to upload. So, and I found out just a few seconds before you guys. I got a text, uploading now, please check. Sabi ko, huh? And then she next.
oh, there's a new video today. Okay, so we'll check on that. Sir, balik ko lang sir yung resibo. I'm wondering lang sir kung anong nature ng mga resibong ito kasi it might seem, I mean, speaking from a layman's point of view, it might seem counterintuitive for anybody who's dealing with huge amounts of illegal money to sign off a receipt and say na, yeah, I received this much from you. Diba? Then again, this is a layman's point of view. Wouldn't it be more practical for a person to just make a call and say, nakuha mo na ba o hindi? Kaysa sa
I know. I was just as shocked as you are na may resibo. Because, the evidence is not, it's not rocket science. It has to comport, it has to be consistent with the experience of humankind. And tama ka, if you're committing a crime, why would you create a paper trail for yourself? Because something that's traceable back to you. Nagulat din ako na may mga resibo. But here we are. And
Dahil sa declare mo sa BIR.
May tinuturo.
Attorney,
I don't think so.
what does Congressman Zaldico plan to do with all these evidence? Because it's separate from the malversation case he is facing now in relation to the projects in Oriental Mindoro. So, does he plan to give this to the government? Will he apply as a state witness? Does he believe he's not the most guilty here?
Eventually, Pauline, that's where we're going. As to what we're going to do, eventually, bibigay yan sa gobyerno. One way or another, it will find its way to the hands of the government. When and how, I can't tell you. Because again, that's still grabbing my punches.
What would make Zaldico come back here to the Philippines? What kind of environment or may conditions ba siyang sinet on his own na parang, okay, pag nangyari ito, uuwi na ako? May ganun ba siyang nabanggit sa inyo, Attorney?
Ang gusto lang niya, sir. Gusto lang niya yung ma-assure yung safety niya. And there are several facets to that. Number one, ako, sinabi ko personally, takot ako sa vigilante violence. Ang feeling niya, since non-bailable ito, papatayin siya sa loob, as soon as he's detained. And there's no discounting government agents doing it, within or without. So, if those are addressed, then he's fine.
Will you be negotiating bail, Attorney? I mean, is that possible para umuwi si Congressman Zaldico?
Negotiating with?
Bail.
Yeah, but that's not in the hands of the executive anymore. That's in the hands of the courts. Kasi na-file ng cases. Pag na-file ng case, everyone loses control, except the court, except the justices. I would love for them to grant bail because in the first place, I don't think the cases should have been filed. One lang naman yung non-bailable na nakita ko. So if they say that if the ombudsman will not oppose bail, I'll tell him to hop on the next plane back.
I think even the ombudsman himself said, and publicly too, that he has assured the safety of Zaldico should he come home. So I mean, we will keep him safe. You guys don't buy that?
No. Even if he's sincere, I assume that he's sincere, how is he going to do that? Diba? He's not going to watch him while he's detained 24 hours a day. He's not going to be alone. I assume that they're going to put him in general population. Diba? So if he says house arrest, okay yan. That might be acceptable. Words are cheap eh. Kung patayin yan sa loob, what are they going to say? Oops, sorry, we tried our best. Talaga may mga kriminal eh. That's not enough. In the meantime, I'm stuck with a dead client who believes himself and who I believe to be an innocent man.
So, Bali, what safety guarantees are you looking at? I think you mentioned something already. One is if he's guaranteed bail, although of course that's from the court dapat eh. Then the other one is house arrest. Anything else aside from those two, house arrest and bail?
I can't think of anything else kasi safety lang naman ang ina-address ko. Ina-address niya eh. Yung case, I'm confident eh. I'm confident that we can defend it. I can't go beyond that again because I'm afraid of contempt.
Yes, sir. Well, I asked that question kasi those two elements that we talked about just a while ago, these are all going to be decided on by the court, not by the executive. So as far as executive action is concerned, what could possibly be the hidden variable that could make a client come home?
I can ask for bail and the ombudsman may join me and say, okay, let's give this guy bail. So that makes it easier. Makes it easier for the court to decide. Doesn't automatically mean that the court will decide to grant bail, but it makes it easier for them, I imagine, if the prosecution does not oppose.
But will that be enough if that comes to light? Will that be enough for Zaldico to come home?
Yeah, because it'll be easier to protect him if he's in control of his environment. If he's detained, he has absolutely no control over the environment.
But as it stands, is it possible for how long is it possible for Zaldi to stay away from the Philippines while this whole case unravels? I mean, he does have attorneys in you. How long can he stretch this out for as far as you can see, attorney?
I don't know, Sean. I don't know the immigration laws of the state where he's at. I don't know his immigration status, so I couldn't answer you.
To your knowledge, attorney, does Congressman or ex-Congressman Zaldico hold any other citizenship, or did he apply for any other citizenship during the past few months?
For asylum?
I have no knowledge for him, sorry.
Okay. Sir, bayan ko lang yung mga pictures na in-upload ni Zaldico in his
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, marahil alam na ng ating mga kasama yung mga picture na yan. Kung gusto nyo mapanood yan, nasa One News yan. As always, maraming salamat sa pag-support sa Page Update. Pag-ingat ko kayo lahat. Lahat ng Pilipinas.